everyone, welcome to the Power Play with CJ. I want to focus in on Ryane Clowe being unable to play hockey now or in the future, which effectively ends his career with the Devils. Obviously, not one of the better free agent signings of the last few summers. For a number of reasons. Obviously, his health being a big reason why, and the fact that he's wasn't worth that contract in the first place. I mean, he's got 3 years and $14.55 million left on the contract beyond the next, and he won't play any of those 3 years. And played, I think, 12 games last season before, having to shut it down. And, I'm not good for Clowe getting paid, but, his contract that never should have been given out in the first place. I mean, they looked for Clowe to effectively, in some ways, replace David Clarkson. And unfortunately, they both are awful. Both are signed deals they didn't deserve. But, again, on a personal level, all I hope for is that Clowe is able to live a happy and healthy lifestyle away from the rink, because that's all you can wish for with guys like this. I mean, you look at Mark Savard still struggling, all these years later. And it seems like every week in the NFL there's a different awful story about a former NFL player. Whether it's one of those quarterback a couple weeks ago tried to kill himself or whatever. Even with Junior Seau, going back 3, 4, 5 years. So that's the thing with concussion syndrome is it affects the mind and psychological makeup of a human being. And we can't just look at these people as overpriced cattle, highly paid cattle that you just give money to and have them bang their bodies into each other, bang their heads into each other, not worry about the consequences in the long term. That's just they're human beings, and the human side of the game raises ugly head. And hopefully for Mr. Clowe, the time away from the rink allows him to grow off the ice with his family, and get to enjoy the money he signed and that the Devils gave him. Whether or not he was worth it at this point is almost irrelevant, because he's going to live off the ice and have a hopefully happy life from here on out. The weird thing is the Devils aren't putting him on long-term reserve to keep him on the roster. I don't know what that's about. You put him on long-term injured reserve, you clear the cap space going forward. But given the fact the Devils really aren't a salary cap team, they're more of a internal budget team, and always have been. That's not that big of a deal, one way or the other. Anyway, that's our episode of the Power Play with CJ. Stay tuned for episodes for the off season and beyond. Later, guys.